Hello, it's Deb Morgan here, the Real Relationships Expert, and I want to share 2 tips with you today that will make some massive changes to your relationship. Really simple tips, but they will make massive changes, positive changes to your relationship. But first of all, as ever, I am going live using StreamYard, so please give StreamYard permission to access your profile if you are joining me on Facebook. And if you're joining me on LinkedIn, YouTube or Twitter, thank you so much. And let me know that you're here. Give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts. Or if you're on replay, use the hashtag replay. But let me get into it. What can I possibly share with you that will improve your relationship almost instantly and yet is really simple? Well, these are 2 tips that I share with my clients, and they do come with a little bit of a caveat, and that is they need to be applied consistently and unconditionally. So you are not expecting anything back from using these tips. Now, most of the people that I work with, they are in relationships, but I'm not working with the couple. It is just one part of the couple that comes to work with me. And that's fine. We can work together on the relationship in that way, but it just means that that individual has to do twice the amount of work, or as I'll often say, well, you have to do all of the hard work. And these 2 tips are no different, but you will see some incredible benefits. Now, the first tip I want to share is to say thank you. Now, you might be looking at me right now thinking, what on earth is she talking about? Saying thank you, what impact is that going to have? What difference is that going to make? And if anything, he should be thanking me. But saying thank you is vitally important. As human beings, we like to help others. As human beings, we want to feel valued. One of the ways to get that value validated is by hearing the words thank you. And just as we thank other people as we go about our day-to-day life, think how many people you thank during the course of a day. You'll thank somebody for holding the door open for you. You'll thank somebody when you've finished a transaction, whether you're buying travel tickets, whether you are buying something in a shop, whether you are buying your coffee. Hey Zoe, nice to see you. Thanks for joining me. Whether you are buying a coffee. You know, I've just said thank you to Zoe for joining me. We like to know that we have helped people out. We are supporting people. And me saying thank you is a way of saying, thank you, I appreciate that. Your commitment, your support, you giving of your time right now is of value to me. As human beings, we seek that validation. Zoe, thank you for allowing me to use you as an example there. Perfectly timed. And our relationship is no different. Because all too often in a relationship, we get into a rut, and we do, rightly or wrongly, we end up taking on gender specific roles, which means for the most part, and I am talking generically here, I know not every relationship is the same, but for the most part, the women still do the majority of the work in the house. And we just get on with it and do it. And then when our partner does help us out, and, you know, don't get me wrong, I firmly believe that jobs should be shared equally and we should all be taking, you know, or each partner in the relationship should be pulling their weight. But when our partner helps us out, we usually, as women, make a sarcastic comment like, oh, you do know where the dishwasher is then? Or, I wondered how long you were going to leave those socks on the floor. But how often do we thank our partner for helping us out? And this might absolutely sound as if it is contradicting everything there is around feminism and equal rights and all of that. But bear with me on this for just a few moments. Because when we thank our partner for helping us out, it makes them feel good. And when we thank them time and time again, so we consistently thank them, what we are saying is we have acknowledged that they are making our lives easier. We have acknowledged that they are trying to help. And we are making them feel good. We are giving them that little spike of endorphins that makes them think, I want to feel like this again. We are reinforcing the messaging. Just like those of you who have children when they were toddlers, we had to reinforce the messaging. Don't touch that, it's hot. That'll hurt. Or thank you, say thank you. We reinforce our messaging to our children as they are growing up so they learn what's good behaviour, what is bad behaviour, what is right, what is wrong. We need to do the same, ladies, with our partners. We need to train them in how to be a better partner. And saying thank you is one of the ways to do that, because men are simple creatures. They are really. They like to be thanked. They like to know they are doing a good job. They want to be loved. And when we say thank you to them for emptying the dishwasher, helping with the dishes, picking their socks off the floor, doing the laundry, taking the kids to a club so we didn't have to, buying a bottle of wine that's our favourite wine, unexpectedly without asking, bringing us a cup of tea or coffee or another drink or a snack when we are busy working. And we say thank you for it instead of taking it for granted. It makes them feel good. And they're going to want to repeat that. And over time, those thank yous get bigger. And over time, it improves the communication in your relationship. It improves the intimacy in your relationship. And if that is an issue, it starts to bring it all back. Now, this isn't going to happen overnight. And the first few times you thank your partner for doing something that deep down you think they should be doing, they're going to say, what are you thanking me for? And you're going to feel awkward. And you just respond and say, thank you. No reason. And that's it. Try it for me. Try it for a couple of days. If you can, try it for a week. Better still, try it for 3 weeks when that behaviour becomes a habit. And then you will see that it just carries you through your relationship and makes a massive, massive change beyond there. An even bigger change than it will make in just a couple of days. And the other tip I wanted to share with you was about those times, usually at the end of the day when we finished our working day and we're getting together, we're catching up in the kitchen, maybe you've got the kettle on as you're waiting to make a cup of tea, or perhaps you're cooking dinner, and you both sort of venting at the end of your day, you're just catching up on how the day has been. How often do you actively listen to what your partner is saying to you? How often do you think, I've heard all this before, and finish the sentence for them? How often do you interrupt when they're midway through telling you something? And you interrupt because you've suddenly remembered little Johnny needs his school kit out of his school bag. Can you go upstairs and get it, please? And before you know it, you've cut that moment. You've ended that moment. And when your partner doesn't show you the same respect when you're talking about your day, and you say to them, you never listen to me, you can't really say, I always listen to him, because the reality is you haven't. And what I would like you to do in those moments is, first of all, become consciously aware of the times where you don't really listen to your partner. And there will be more times of those during the day than you realise. It can be quite embarrassing to recognise those moments. When you recognise when they are, where they occur, I then want you to consciously, actively listen to your partner without saying anything. Just let them get things off their chest in terms of how their day has been. And then when they say something that might wind you up a little bit, rather than saying, I told you that was going to happen, or whatever it might be, instead of reacting instantly, give yourself just 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a breath. It's not a very long period of time. and consciously respond to what they have just said. You might want to say, I'm really sorry to hear you've had a tough day today. Or, wow, that sounds like an incredible day. What are you going to do tomorrow to make it just as good? But just take 5 seconds to respond rather than react. Now this, like saying thank you, takes practice. And you aren't going to get it right first time. You're not going to get it right every single day. But when you actively respond rather than react, when you say thank you, and you do that consistently over a number of days, you will slowly start to see a change in behaviour. When you keep applying that over a number of weeks, you see a massive, significant change in your relationship. Now, none of this stuff is easy. It's simple. In fact, it's almost too simple. But keep applying it, keep doing it. Don't beat yourself up if you get it wrong, because you will get it wrong initially. Just keep going with it. And I promise you, you will see massive changes in your relationship. Let me know how you get on. Leave me some comments, maybe in a week or so's time, maybe in 3 weeks' time, whenever you come to this video. Let me know how you've got on with those 2 simple tips, saying thank you and responding rather than reacting. Whatever you are doing for the rest of the day, have a fantastic day, and I will catch up with you again very, very soon. And if there is something that you specifically need help with, drop me a DM or come and join me in the Unmasked membership, deb-morgan.com/unmasked-membership, where you will get loads more tips, loads more advice for a tiny, tiny fraction of what you would pay to work with me on a one-to-one basis. I'll catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.